Few days. If you joined me for running around doing side quests in silence, thank you. If you didn't, don't worry, you didn't miss anything. I didn't do any story progression. I just kind of ran around the world, did some side quests, lots of like leave quests. Just some random things because I wanted to play this character, but I didn't want to progress the story and didn't really have the energy to do all the reading, so anyway, let's get into it. We are attending remembrance services, and we're gonna hear all the speeches and see which grand company we might want to join. I feel like I may already have an idea of which grand company I want to join, but we're gonna listen to all the speeches.
I lost my son to the calamity.
The three Seedseers are all together.
Some say you couldn't take a step without stumbling over a body.
Our forebears were once strangers in the Twelveswood. Fearful of the Green Wrath, they hid themselves in the dark recesses of the earth. Yet they dreamed of basking in the dappled sunlight of the forest. Through great effort, they proved their worth to the elementals, and were granted a place beneath the boughs. So it was that Gridania was born, some 5 centuries ago. Working hand in hand, the Hyur and the Elysian settlers sowed the seeds of our civilization, and soon they were joined by folk of all races. So nourished by the waters of unity, and blessed by the light of the matron, Gridania flourished into the great nation it is today.
Do you see the Gridanian standard? There, hanging behind the Elder Seedseer. The entwined serpents represent the unity between Hyur and Elysian. An elegant symbol, do you not agree?
In accordance with the will of the elementals, we have embraced a life of peace. Alas, our neighbors have not always sought the same for themselves, nor for us. Though we Gridanians have no love for war, we have still less for those who would threaten our way of life. Ever have we fought to protect the sanctity of the Twelveswood. When the Garlean Empire brought its war of conquest to Eorzea, we rallied under the noble standard of the Twin Adder that we might push back the encroaching darkness. And it was we who prepared the ground for the reformation of the Eorzean Alliance, that all the peoples of this realm might stand united against the common threat. Years ago, the Alliance met the armies of the Empire upon the fields of Cartano. It would prove the bloodiest battle in recent memory. Countless Gridanian lives were lost. As Supreme Commander of the Order of the Twin Adder, ever shall I bear the weight of our people's sacrifice. Alas, their loss was not the only tragedy to befall us that day. For soon came the calamity. The scars borne by our forest are a constant reminder of its violence. Our lives have been irrevocably changed, each waking hour a struggle to survive. Driven to desperation, some among us have strayed from the path of righteousness, resorting to banditry, poaching, and other unconscionable deeds. To compound our woes, the Ixal have returned in force, emboldened by our suffering. They test our defenses nigh without cease, and prey upon the vulnerable. So beleaguered from within and without, it is of little wonder that our unity now falters. Dark times are upon us.
Time was a man could walk
pox
the
on the
high
bloody
roads
Ixal.
without fear.
On this day, 5 years ago, countless Eorzeans laid down their lives that we might behold another dawn. Please join with me in honoring their memory.
And how do you propose to honor the memory of those you cannot remember, pray tell?
The destruction wrought by the calamity was indiscriminate. It dealt death to Eorzean and Garlean alike. Yet while we have labored to rebuild our homes, to rebuild our lives, the Empire has set about raising steel fortresses here in the Twelveswood. Let none be mistaken. The Garleans remain the greatest threat to our survival. If we are to stand against them, we must remember what it is to be united. Our many troubles blind us to the woes of our fellow man. Thence is harmony lost. Yet harmony is the founding principle of Gridania. We are gathered here to honor the fallen. Let them be honored not only in word and thought, but through concerted action. I bid you join hands with me once more beneath the Twin Adder's standard. And together, let us heal the forest's wounds, that our progeny might live in harmony beneath these ancient boughs. For serenity, purity, and sanctity. We must think of the children!
Woods will be done.
It's up to us to protect the
All
forest.
the elementals!
If you'll permit me, Alfie no. And my sister, Alize, at your service. I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
The Gridanians are unfortunate enough to have to contend with two beast tribes. The Ixal are unquestionably more troublesome, being of a naturally warlike position and want to summon their bloodthirsty primal, Garuda. The Sylphs, by contrast, are peaceful in nature, being mischievous rather than malevolent, and have long been on friendly terms with the Gridanians, until recently at least. Alas, they have grown aloof, a change observed at roughly the time they summoned the primal Ramu. The Gridanians have no love for war, and they consider open conflict a last resort. Though they clash with the Ixal ever more regularly, you may be assured that they do so in self-defense. As for the Sylphs, they are as yet bound by a peace treaty, though one wonders how long it will be before it is broken. The Twelveswood was grievously wounded during the calamity, leaving Gridania vulnerable to attack. The people are hopeful that restoring the wood, and thereby the power of the elementals, will put an end to their woes. Yet how long will that take? Centuries, I'd wager. Meanwhile, the Ixal will continue their incursions, spurred on by Garuda and her insatiable appetite for destruction. Whether the Gridanians like it or not, sooner or later it will come to an all-out war, and when it does, the Order of the Twin Adder will need all the help it can muster. How valuable might the aid of a capable adventurer prove to them then? Well, perhaps we will find out, if the Elder Seedseer's words fell on fertile ground. Where are these children's parents? Honestly. Okay. Time to go to Ul'dah. The Royal Promenade. Let's see. That's, one day I'll have to come through here and, get all the Aetherites.
Behold, 'tis the Sultana Nanamal herself!
And Roban as well.
Hark you, souls of flame, drawn to the bosom of the desert, where the fire burns brightest and shall rage forevermore. Hurrah! Rauban! Where since antiquity, under the sage and judicious rule of the Ur dynasty, we have wrought sand into gold. Where by the grace and glory of Naldar have our brave sons and daughters flourished and prospered. I speak of Ul'dah!
There, at the Flame General's back flies the Grand Company's standard. Note the sigil. The golden scales of order balance the jewel of prosperity with the flame of might.
Great and many are the gifts our nation has given the realm. In Eorzea's darkest hour, on the killing fields of Cartano, none spent more in blood and gold than we. Thus was the 7th Imperial Legion laid low.
So that's how it happened. How soon history forgets.
Yet many left our gates, never to return. Let us pray for our absent brothers and sisters, that they might know happiness in the great beyond, as Thal's honored guests. If the fates were fair, the price we paid that day would have bought us victory. Alas, they are not. And now, but 5 years into this 7th Umbral era, the spirit of sacrifice which granted us our strength is all but dead. Look around you. What do you see? A people divided, downtrodden, and enthralled. Where are the merciful alms of the rich? Where is the just steel of the righteous? I ask you, is this the great nation our brothers and sisters gave their lives to save? You who call this living, dishonor the name of the immortal flames. It is but a slow death. Our enemies surround us. The savage hordes of the Amalja wait beside our roads, strangling the lifelines of trade. Meanwhile, the Garleans make mock of our borders and despoil our land of its natural wealth. We stand on a precipice, yet we do not act. Whether trader or soldier, monetarist or royalist, all must recognize that a divided Uldar stands to fall. Victory and fortune walk hand in hand. Ye who seek glory and wealth, look not to what little you can snatch from your neighbor, but to the boundless wealth of the world beyond. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time to ride forth. In the name of the Sultana, I beseech you. Line not your own coffers, but those of the immortal flames. Seek not to prosper from Uldar, but to restore her to prosperity. As the realm prospers, so shall Uldar. As Uldar prospers, so shall her people. Now for Uldar!
Together we are one.
Your grace.
Raoban? People of Uldar, I, Nanimo, 17th in the line of Ul, address you.
I can't take her seriously like this. Why didn't they give her, like, a podium to stand at?
Much has been made of the wealth of Uldar. Yet those who measure that wealth in coins and carats are gravely deceived. For the true wealth of Uldar lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her people. Beloved subjects, I bid you raise aloft the torch of Uldar, that her flames might serve as a beacon for all Eorzea to see.
Long live Nanamo!
Glory to the Sultana!
For victory and fortune, stride fearless into the inferno, for we are, by fire, reborn! Forsooth!
The time is now!
I fancy meeting you again.
The Uldans have a long history of conflict with the Amalja, the beast tribe that worships the primal evil. Judging by your look of distaste, I take it you have encountered them. The Uldans do not shy from confrontation. If aught threatens their precious prosperity, they will seek to crush it. So they have dealt with Ifrit thus far, smothering his flames each time he is stoked to life. Yet he is but one of several problems. Though they have been quiet these past 5 years, the Garleans have not gone away. Meanwhile, refugees continue to arrive in droves, and Uldar has no clear policy on how to deal with them. After all, not even the Sultanate's coffers are bottomless, and even assuming they had the coin, resources will ever be finite. Which brings me back to the subject of Ifrit. It has been observed that Amalja are summoning him with ever-increasing frequency. Every time they do so, the Uldans send their forces to smite the primal, and though they invariably succeed, each victory is bought with blood. It is a war of attrition which they cannot well sustain. Small wonder then that the immortal flames are eager to recruit more members. At such a desperate hour, an adventurer of your experience would be a most welcome addition to their ranks. Bye, Alize. So moody. Such children. What are they, like 12? I mean, I know they're kids, but like... you know? The stateroom in Limps. Oh. Here to attend the remembrance service? Be quick, the Admiral's due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano. That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage. Yet many of ours did not survive. Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom. Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
Damn. It's cold, Alfie.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep. But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Galadian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano. The Sahagin creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomoro spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go. These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire. Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course, one bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the Calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men. To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard, and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves, till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral! And we're moving!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass? I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Fancy meeting you again.
As the Admiral mentioned in her address, Limsa Lomans is plagued by two beast tribes. The first are the fish-like Sahagin, worshippers of the primal Leviathan. The second are the kobolds who dwell beneath the earth and take the primal Titan for their god. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominson's backyard. And that is to say not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there is no end to the blood feuds between the various factions, and while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsons are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside, and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. To this end, I expect they will soon take decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Okay, bye! Thanks for your little lore dump, nerd. Ah, my ears are ringing. Chantal, this is Minfilia. You are well, I hope? Would I be correct in thinking the final remembrance service has now concluded? A moment ago, you say. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. Jesting aside, I trust you remember our guests from the Grand Companies. While delighted though we are to have them here at the Waking Sands, it would not do to keep them in suspense for any longer than necessary. In short, hurry back. Candoosville, baby doll. We're in Limsa, so we're gonna do it the cool guy way. Oops. In case you didn't know the cool guy way, when you're in Limsa, go to the Arcanist Guild. And after the PS4 load times, come right down here to the ferry and Vesper Bay. Here we go. It's a very big ferry, isn't it? Ta-da! You've made it. Hello. Welcome back, Chantal. Were the Grand Company leader's words as illuminating as you had hoped? Aye, each nation is beset with problems. I trust you see now why your services are in such demand. Would that there were more of you, Chantal. But you must be tired from your journey. Why don't you rest a while and take a moment to reflect on your decision? Once your mind is made up, pray give the Grand Company officers your answer. Ta-da! I get a pick.
The gods only know what grand company our adventurer friend will keep. The wheels of change are in motion regardless.
Brother, are you certain this course is best?
Whatever do you mean, dear sister?
The so-called remembrance ceremonies were little more than standard waving rallies. As though the Calamity and Seventh Umbral Era warranted scarcely a mention.
Well, of course they were standard waving rallies. Since you are so observant, mayhap you noticed what mention was made of the Warriors of Light? None. I suppose they must have forgotten the heroes who spared Eorzea a fate worse than the Calamity? No, dear Alize, they haven't forgotten these details. They have elected to omit them. Deep are the wounds the Calamity inflicted upon Eorzea. So deep, in fact, that the realm still bleeds. Needless to say, the beast tribes and their primals do little to alleviate the pain. So, the task of salving Eorzea's wounds falls to the scions of the Seventh Dawn, with a little help from our friends, the Grand Companies. Remembrance will yield no remedy. If our world is to heal, we must put the horrors of the Calamity behind us.
Our grandfather would never entrust the fate of the realm to despots who rewrite history to their convenience.
Damn.
There must be another way to cure what ails this world, and I need to find it.
You are most welcome to try. Our paths may differ, but our destination is the same. In time, I dare say we will see eye to eye.
I should hope so.
My lady!
We are to escort you!
Hope does not come into it. We share the burden of this fate, dear sister, and will prevail together or not at all. The salve will serve not only to close up our present wounds, but prevent old ones from opening anew.
All right. It's got to be the pirates, right? Like, so in my main I joined the Immortal Flames, mainly because I really liked Ul'dah. Like, I mainly liked the city and everything, kind of the deserty. I was thinking about joining the Twin Adder because they have some, like, leafy, naturey type glamour pieces. But I think we're gonna go with the pirates here because I think the aesthetic that I kind of want for this character is going to be kind of punk, biker, metal, modern style type of deal, and a lot of the Maelstrom items look really good. So I think we're gonna go with our friends, the Maelstrom. How was the Admiral's speech? Ah, but you need not explain. That you stand before me now is answer enough. You've resolved to join the Maelstrom, have you not? I think I have. I think this is the winner. That's the spirit, lass. With allies like you, how much stronger is our crew? Let us brave these seas together, friends. And you can change it after. You can change and rank up in another one if you want, so. But, yeah. I like their stuff. I like their aesthetic as well. Who doesn't like pirates? Pirates are cool. And I might end up being a Rogadin when I get my free Fantasia. I'm thinking about changing over to a Ro. So, we'll see. Now the choice is made. It is time to add your name to our rolls. Make your way to Limsa Lumensa and seek out our Grand Company's headquarters. Oh, you get some nice red dye, too. Maelstrom Command is located on the upper decks. I will send word to our personnel officer to expect you. The duties of a Maelstrom soldier can be both arduous and challenging, but I promise you, you will not regret this choice. May your passage be swift and your bearing sure. Thanks, buddy. Here we go. Yo ho, a pirate's life for me. Also, I think my chocobo will look real cool in the Maelstrom barding. I have the Ul'dah barding that I quite liked, but the Maelstrom colors I think will look cool. I think I might make my chocobo red or black. The one on my main is blue, and he looks real cute in the barding that you get from the Dancing Plague. Try not to give too many spoilers away in case this is your first time. This is my second time through the game. What? I think we gotta go to the aft castle. I thought I had turned off. Oh. There we go, that should do it. Okay. To the Maelstrom. Plus, I mean, Limsa is beautiful. I love being on the ocean in real life. And since my main is in Ul'dah, you know, I see enough of the city. So, see, I think this is... No, he's just a red mage. Yeah. He certainly fits the aesthetic. Hello. Personnel officer. Hail, adventurer. What business have you at Maelstrom Command? Yeah, I believe you are expecting me. My name is Chantel Sweet. I believe you are expecting me. Chantel Sweet, I, our recruitment officer, sent word of your coming. It shall be my honor to induct you into the ranks of the Maelstrom. Now, before I can accept your oath, you must be made aware of several... Sir! What is it, Private? And this had better be important. Sir, we've received a report from the lookout in Lower Lenosha, sir. Imperial forces have fired upon a Highwind Skyways airship. The vessel is in a bad way, sir, and appears to be banking for an emergency landing in Cedarwood. Cedarwood? Damn it, we have no troops available in that area. The bulk of our infantry is bogged down on the coast, skirmishing with the fishbacks. Sweet, this is highly irregular, but I fear your first duty in service to the Maelstrom must needs be unofficial. If our man in Lower Lenosha is correct, the airship will come down in territory crawling with Imperial scouts. If there are any survivors, we must reach them before the Garleans do. Make haste to Cedarwood, locate the airship, and if any of its occupants are alive, make sure they come to no further harm. We'll see about swearing you in upon your return. Aye, aye, Captain. Head to Cedarwood and determine the fate of the airship. I guess we're just gonna go run the old-fashioned way. Oops. What, what's this one, right? What gate is this? Zephyr Gate? Okay. I'll get my chocobo soon also. That will be nice. Oh, I better think of a name. Oh no. Oh no, names are hard. Names are genuinely like the hardest part of video games. Like... I don't know, I don't think you can change your chocobo name either. Like, it's a little bit less stressful when it's like a character name and you can change it. Like, sure, you gotta pay real money to change it, but at the same time it's like, well, you can't still change it. Like, the option is there, but like, with a chocobo, that's gonna be their name forever. Like, you gotta find a good one. I don't know what... I don't know what to name it. I'll probably have a house in the mist too, because or not a house, but an apartment. I doubt I'll get a house. But my apartment on my main is in the Lavender Beds in Gridania, which is really nice. So I think we'll just go all in on the piratey, beachy thing. Here we go. Oh, I'm too late. They're already here. here to help. Well, it wasn't me. An adventurer. What are you doing out here? No, wait, let's find some cover first. I'm adventuring. What do you think I'm doing out here? What kind of question is that? Oh, that 15-foot run really took the wind out of us. Maelstrom Command sent you? How do I know you're not an Imperial spy? You don't even have a uniform. I mean... Beauty, sir, we are of the Maelstrom. You're Garland Ironworks engineer, yes? One of our lookouts reported the attack on your craft. We're here to rescue you. You must be sweet. Good work on reaching our friend here before the Imperials. Yeah. I've never seen a craft of this design. It must be Garland's work. There's no end to the man's treachery. The secrets of Magitech belong in Imperial hands. They are not to be squandered on Eorzean savages. Uh-oh. We are taking this craft back to the fortress. Dismantle it if you must. And bring the engineer. Someone must pay for Garland's crimes. Scouting party from Castrum Occidens, I say. Seems they want your ship, engineer. Wedge, you have to help him. That fool of a Lalafell was hiding inside the tiny Bronco. The tiny Bronco? Isn't it the new design people have been whispering about? It's the first airship we've built since the Calamity. The first since Master Garland... well, since he went missing. After years of work, she was finally ready for her first test flight, and she was soaring, she really was, till those bastards blasted her out of the sky. Alright, pay attention. We're going to hit these Imperials hard and fast. If they want a souvenir from Eorzea, they can have a knife in the gut, but they're not getting that ship. Oh, and don't forget to save the Lalafell. What say you, sweet? Ready to give those curs a hiding? Sure am. Like a tidal wave, lads. Charge! Good luck. An ambush! To arms! Here we go! Oh, hello. What the hell? You better run. Yay, we did it. Pigs. Wedge, you shouldn't have stayed with the ship. That was a close one. Too damn close. How's she look anyway? The auxiliary propeller's a dead loss, but I think we can wring enough thrust from the main propeller to get us airborne. A few minor modifications, so we should be able to take Tiny Bronco home. We'll stand watch until the ship is ready to take off. The Imperials will come looking for their scouts eventually, but I doubt they'll get here for a good while yet. Sweet, you're free to return to Maelstrom Command and complete your induction. Ordinarily, I'd ask you to stay, but I think we'd all feel a little better knowing an adventurer of your ability was safely sworn in and ready for the next mission. Rest assured, I'll inform Command of the part you played today. I just wanted to say sorry, you know, for calling you an Imperial spy and all that. Got that one wrong, didn't I? Haha. Seriously, though, if it hadn't been for you and the Maelstrom lads there, we'd be chained up in a dungeon by now. I'm in your debt, friend. We both are. Wedge. Thank you. We're very grateful. You're welcome. Oops. Here we go. See? Yeah, she looks great. This hat kills me. Like, it just looks so out of place to me. Like, there are a lot of things. Okay, do not at me. There are a lot of things that look out of place in this. The hat is just the latest in a long line of things that look out of place. Welcome back, sweet. I just heard the report. You needn't be concerned about the engineers. They completed their return trip without further Imperial interference. I must admit I had my doubts at first, but it seems the stories about you are true. I look forward to seeing what else you're capable of, after you're properly inducted into the Maelstrom, of course. Now, speaking of your induction... till sea swallows all. Let us start afresh, shall we? You are welcome here, Chantal Sweet. That such a well-respected adventurer would choose our ranks is most heart. Before you swear your allegiance to us, however, it's only right I tell you exactly what it is you'll be joining. A grand company is more than simply a collection of soldiers. It is an all-encompassing organization which draws upon the resources of an entire city-state to form a united military force capable of standing against the nation's deadliest enemies. We of the Maelstrom are charged with meeting the threats posed by the Primals and the Garlean Empire, and solving the many problems caused by the Calamity. Every man and woman who serves under our colors has a role to play in keeping the great warship that is Limsa Lominsa afloat, and on whatever heading Chief Admiral Morwib Blofuswin sees fit to set. As part of this grand vessel's crew, you will be expected to take your turn at the oars, for the winds do not look favorable, lass, and strength of arm may be all that sees us safe to port. If I've lost you with the talk of ship and oar, let me put it another way. A Maelstrom soldier labors till her last breath, fights till her last drop of blood. We give our all in service to this nation, and no less is expected of you. Sweet. It is customary for new recruits to swear an oath of their own choosing upon entering the Maelstrom's ranks. Is there aught you'd like to say? What will I say? What oath will you swear? Till sea swallows all. Yeah. What skills I have are yours. I don't have a sword, so that seems appropriate. What skills I have are yours, till sea swallows all. Ah, yes, the many and varied skills of the adventurer. I have no doubt your travels have furnished you with such knowledge as will prove invaluable to our cause. Chantal Sweet, I hereby assign you the rank of Storm Private 3rd Class. You are now officially a soldier of the Maelstrom. Welcome aboard, Private. May you serve Limsa Lominsa well, till sea swallows all. Cool. I've got the emote too, I think. Ah. Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Ah, my ears are ringing. Can you hear me, Chantal? This is Minfilia. An officer of the Maelstrom contacted me with news of your enlistment. My congratulations, Private Sweet. I have no doubt you are eager to make acquaintance of your new comrades, but I would ask you pay a visit to your old ones first. Remember, you are now a woman of the storm. Though you are now a woman of the storm, you are no less a scion. Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience. There are some friends here whom I would very much like you to meet. We shall be waiting. No rest for the wicked, eh? Before you make yourself scarce, I recommend having a word with Commander Ricky. Might be worth your while. Okay. We now accept the quest. Yay, my little chocobo. Must be completed in order to proceed to the end of the main scenario for A Realm Reborn. Understood. Storm Private 3rd Class. I have done it. Now a member of the Grand Company. Exchange items for seals. Supply and provisioning missions. Oh, I can do these now. Right? Yeah, boy. Oh. What do I need? 2,000 seals. Okay. My little chocobo. Yep. Well, if it isn't Private Sweet, I must say the tales of your deeds have been an inspiration to the troops. Our duties take us far and wide, and I'll wager you slogged across quite a few miles of countryside on naught but your own 2 feet. Such a sterling soldier of the Maelstrom deserves her own steed. Let us see about having one issued for you. All you need to do to obtain a Storm Chocobo issuance by exchanging company seals with the quartermaster. Once you have this deed, present it to Freygeim, and she will see you saddled up on one of our trusty birds. We will do this also, probably. Maybe not this exact moment. Ah, private suite. Just the woman I was hoping to see. Your exploits of late have been the talk of Limsa. Don't let this puff up your sails too much, but I've heard some of the higher-ups saying the Maelstrom would be lost at sea without you. But I suspect you're not the type to rest on your laurels. Nay, the tempest raging in your eyes tells me you're looking for new waters to navigate. Fortunately, we have just the place for people like you. Have you perchance heard of the Wolves' Den? It's a proving ground of sorts established by the Eorzean Alliance, a place where the most promising of Grand Company recruits are sent to hone their skills. The Wolves' Den is to be found just off the shores of Lenosha. The ferry at the Morabi dry docks in Lower Lenosha will grant you passage there. Upon your arrival, seek out Storm Captain Berkoya Lotalson. I've let him know you will be coming, so you can count on a warm welcome. Oh, that's a boring bow. That one's a little bit better. Oh no. What does it look like in red? Not any better, really. Two hundred seals. I can't do any of these. Alright. Right. To the Waking Sands. Oh, Ida and Papalimo are here. Lady Midfilia awaits you within. Here we go. Welcome back. It seems you wasted no time in putting your skills to work. How do I know? Why, the recruitment officer called to regale me with a tale of your heroics. The pride in his voice was palpable. We Scions are truly fortunate to have you with us, Chantal. Now, when we last spoke, I said I wanted you to meet some friends, did you not? Well, I neglected to mention you have already met. Totaro, please show them in. Ah, is it the twins? Oh, no. Oh. Thanks again for getting us out of that mess. We owe you our lives. But I don't think we've properly introduced ourselves. I'm Biggs. And I'm God's man. Spit it out, will you? Wedge, at your service. I'm pleased to say that Biggs and Wedge will be staying with us for a while. Magitech-driven contraptions such as airships grow ever more vital to the city-states of Eorzea. As a neutral party, it was judged that we Scions should serve as keepers of this technology. Of course, for this we needed the knowledge of experts, and so we requested the assistance of Garland Ironworks, who very kindly sent us 2 of their finest engineers. Our happy family continues to grow. On behalf of the Scions, I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands. Like every soul here, I love Eorzea, and I count myself blessed to have been given this chance to stand with you all and fight for the future of the realm. Never have I known such fulfillment, such happiness. Self-management.
Now, having set aside the formalities, we have a favor to ask of you. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have conducted a study at the behest of the Order of the Twin Adder. Papalimo, Ida, a synopsis if you would.
Our task was to survey the behavior of the Sylphs, a beast tribe indigenous to the Twelveswood.
Oh, how to describe them. They look like gisselcreens, floating ones, that worship the primal Ramu.
Though technically a beast tribe, Sylphs are blessed with a comparatively personable demeanor, conducive to peaceful communication.
Offering us an invaluable opportunity to learn what the beast tribes know of the primals.
While Ramu's existence is well documented, the Sylphs do not, or perhaps cannot, summon the primal any longer, insofar as can be ascertained, until such time as we know. It would be unwise to assume that the threat posed by the primal has passed.
Which leaves Gridania with the added worry of not knowing what they should be worrying about.
In that regard, they are hardly alone. What we can say with absolute certainty is that Gridania has its hands full fending off Garuda, who, I need hardly remind you, is among the most savage and terrible of all known primals.
In short, it is essential that we approach the Sylphs in as diplomatic a manner as possible. Words and actions can be misconstrued. The only sure way to communicate our intentions is the echo. Winning the Sylph's favor may well bring us a step closer to mitigating the threat.
Oops.
I am grateful.
Lovely.
Sorry.
Well, as much as I'd like to help, I'm afraid I would be of little use to anyone in Gridania. A veritable babe in the woods. Ida and Papalimo, however, should be able to see the forest for the trees. Is that not so, Minfilia?
Indeed. You are willing?
Leave it to me.
Us, Ida, us!
Alright. Time to go talk to the vegetables. We know far too little of the sylphs to lay any worthwhile plans. We must call upon the scions once more if we are to. Beg pardons, 'tis a terrible habit of mine to think aloud. But tell me, what brings you to the Adder's Nest? I am a scion, here to help. I've learned arm's length. We come in peace. Hail, adventurer, I bid you welcome to the Adder's Nest. Do you seek to entwine your destiny with the twin adder? Good evening, Commander. Sorry to disappoint you, but other business brings us here today. Ida and Papalymo, always a pleasure to see the two of you. My men tell me you quest in the name of the scions of late. Quite so, Commander. A little bird told us the twin adder was in need of our adventuring prowess. Aye, your little bird sings true. No doubt you've heard that we're investigating the sylphs, the curious beast tribe that calls the depths of the Twelveswood home. The sylphs are, for the most part, a peaceable bunch, much to the delight of the elder Seats here, who has no desire to see her people embroiled in yet another fruitless war. The twin adder is of the same mind, and 'tis precisely for this reason the sylphs' relation to the primal Ramu raised a flag of warning amongst our ranks. Friendly as they may appear, beastmen will be beastmen. Wow, that's real racist. Should there even be a sliver of a chance that the summoning of the primal might disturb the balance between Gridania and the sylphic tribes, is a possibility we cannot ignore. Better to be safe than sorry indeed. Do we strike at Ramu, or leave the sylphs to their own ways? That is the question, yet I find myself lacking ample knowledge to arrive at an answer. Opinions abound within Gridania, but to only listen to one's own is among the greatest mistakes a commander can make. I would hear from the other side, the sylphs themselves, and seek an impartial party to serve as my liaison. That is where you scions come in. The sylphs of Little Solace remain untempered, and have held many a productive dialogue with our people. I would hear their candid thoughts on their tempered brethren. That said, I urge you to exercise due caution. Sylphic tradition and etiquette bear little resemblance to our own. It would not do to have any cross-cultural faux pas get in the way of a productive parley. En route to Little Solace, you will come across the Hawthorn Hut. Our officer stationed there can enlighten you as to how to win the sylphs' favor. May your expedition be a worthwhile one. A friendly palaver with the sylphs? This should be a pleasant enough diversion. The Hawthorn Hut, was it? Why, I believe the ferry departing from West Shore Pier should take us straight there. A friendly palaver indeed. I hope this will be as straightforward as you say, Papalymo. The West Shore Pier. Which is by the Lancers Guild, I think. Oh, look! Maybe we'll do that first. A song of bards and bowmen. Well met, Chantel. Would that we had the time for banter, but we're all up in arms here. Yet another Ixali dirigible has been spotted over the Twelveswood, you see. Their reappearance calls to my mind the Battle of Griffin Crossing. Well, I say battle. Most are agreed that massacre would be rather more apt. Aye, the Ixal dealt us a crushing defeat that day. Right around this time of year it was, more than 2 decades past. A humiliating episode in our history, to be sure, but heavens forbid that we ever forget it. Failure is the finest, if not the kindest, of teachers, and few things drive a woman better than its sting. But do let's speak of cheerier matters. Mayhap you've already heard, but a renowned archer has recently returned to the Twelveswood, the one they call the God's Bow. That's just a title, of course. His birth name is Jehantel, and he was once of the God's Quiver. The man was a legend even then, and there was no honor greater than being taken under his tutelage. But that's not all there is to him, mind you. Jehantel was also a skilled bard, one of the rare few capable of inspiring others to great feats through song. Upon learning the God's Bow had returned, dozens of us flocked to him in hopes of training under a legend, yours truly included. Alas, the meetings haven't unfolded quite as we had hoped. Jehantel has refused to teach each and every suitor that has approached him thus far. Though it should be mentioned that the topics he is reluctant to instruct us in do not include poetry and song. He seems exceedingly keen to teach us all about them. Some of us were tempted to take him up on the offer, save that we had a nation to defend. Far be it from my intent to belittle all those bards out there, but I like my chances rather better charging into battle with a quiver than a harp. And here we were, hoping that transcendent master of bow might be ours. By the sparkle in your eyes, I'd wager you have an interest in the self-same poetry and song. Come now, there is no call for shyness, and there is more to life than battle. If you would present yourself as a pupil to Jehantel, I happen to know his whereabouts. I'm given to understand he has made his camp somewhere west of Quarry Mill in the South Shroud. Jehantel is an agreeable sort of fellow, and should be willing enough to meet with you. Truth be told, I'm still holding on to hope. If you can find a way into Jehantel's confidence, mayhap he can yet be persuaded to train us. I wish you the best of luck, friend. We're gonna do that first. How do I get... Oh. I can get some seals that way. In fact, I can get what I need. Ugh. Ah, another guest. You are kind to pay me a visit, young one. Naught gives us elderly folk more pleasure than the company of the young. Add to that a steaming pot of tea and the beauty of the Twelveswood, and we could want for little more. Ah, but the curl of your lip tells me scenery and tea and scenery are not what you desire. You seek knowledge of archery, I take it, in which case I'm afraid I must disappoint you. Chantal, was it? Yes, I am Jehantel, the one they call the God's Bow. But that was in another life. I have long cast aside my bow, taking instead a harp to my breast. For years I have lived as a bard, going wherever the wind blows, exulting in the beauty of creation through song. To be sure, I still have the eyes to recognize a promising archer when I see one, and you, young one, have promise. Keep your nose to the grindstone, and one day you may count yourself a virtuoso of the bow. Yet know that virtuosity is worthless without virtue. Aye, the words of the ballad of the vainglorious fool tell us this much. You truly wish to remain and learn poetry and verse? Well, 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 I must admit to being rather taken aback. In uncertain days such as these, there are few indeed who would devote their time to song as opposed to more tangible endeavors. You intrigue me, young one. I find myself growing curious as to how the melodies of old might find expression through you. I do believe a certain friend of mine would be of the self-same opinion. Aye, that would be as good a place as any for us to begin. Listen well, Chantel. There's a Moogle named Pukno-Poki who can oft be found wandering in an area situated east of here. I would have you present yourself to him. Pukno-Poki is possessed of a discerning eye for talent. If he sees potential in you, I should be well satisfied that you indeed have the makings of a bard. Hear me, O puissant Althic. Turn thee over the hourglass of time, that we might gaze upon the battles of yore. Way over here. Running away. Hopefully I don't die. That would be embarrassing. Oh. If it's just the one. Kupo, how could this have happened? It's just so embarrassing. A blunder for the ages, Kupo. You understand what I'm saying, don't you? That's a rare talent, I'll allow, but you've caught me at a bad time, Kupo. Now, be a good adventurer and show yourself out. Jahantel sent you? You should have said so sooner, Kupo. You do know that Jahantel is no ordinary bard, yes? His songs can salve your heart and strengthen your resolve. They can banish your fears and fill you with hope. That's not even scratching the surface. Why, to hear him perform is like bathing in sunbeams, Kupo. I've asked, begged, and pled more times than I can count for Jahantel to stay and sing in the forest. Only now has he deigned to set foot here again, but he's refusing to sing for us. That's a blatant breach of promise, Kupo. But what's this? Why, your being resonates with a chord similar to Jahantel's, perhaps even identical, Kupo. By the 12, this means that things may yet turn out as planned. Why, you might even have it in you to surpass the man, and that's saying a lot, Kupo. Yeah, your coming had me so excited my predicament nigh escaped my mind. There's a charm that I had meant to give to Jahantel, you see, but it was stolen as I napped, Kupo. I roused just in time to espy the thief and attempted to give chase. Alas, drowsiness robbed me of my balance, and I was delayed by this tree. Last I saw of that overbold brigand, he, or possibly she, was scurrying towards Taker's Rock, Kupo. Now, I realize we've only just met, but would you mind recovering the charm and delivering it to Jahantel in my stead? Fight my way in through there, huh? Okay, I did it. Oh no. I did it. Hopefully this will give me enough. we did it. Yeah, I have enough seals for my chocobo. Oh, my first player commendation. Oh no, not my first one. Right? My first 10. Have you recovered the charm? There it is. We did it, Kupo. Please, you must now deliver it to Jahantel. Tell him Pokno Poki thinks him a cunning rogue, but is excited nonetheless. So excited, in fact, he cannot help but sing. And then he sang. Sorry. Run away. I'm just gonna alert everybody. Welcome back, Chantal. You have a charm and a message for me from Pukno Poki, you say? A cunning rogue, am I? Ha ha ha. I suppose I must explain. Pukno Poki and I go back a long way, and to when I first took up the harp. I made a promise to him then, that one that I have yet to make good on. Pukno Poki has long desired I remain here in the Twelveswood to sing for the rest of my days. Regrettably, I have been ill able to oblige him. Duty called, you see. I had battlefields to stand upon and comrades to protect. Moreover, an event came to pass that rendered my being in the Twelveswood problematic. I thought that by taking eager souls such as you under my wing, mayhap it would suffice to appease Pukno Poki. Of course, he saw straight through my little ruse. What the Mughals lack in grace, they amply make up for in wit. The creatures are great lovers of song. That you return with this charm is proof positive of his high regard for your potential as bard and archer both. The charm is a crystal known as the soul of the bard. Pukno Poki asked that you bring it to me, but he meant for you to have it. It is a gift from the Mughals, bestowed upon those they deem worthy of walking the path of the true bard. The soul of the bard harbors memories of the past, verses and refrains sung by the bards of old. As you gain in worldly experience, more of these memories will find expression through your being, imbuing your song with powers untold. Now it may surprise you to hear that bowmen and bards are as of next of kin. By the same token, mastery of song is dependent upon one's prowess as an archer. The sense in this will be lost upon you at first, but in time the realization will dawn that bow and harp are but stringed instruments played by the same hand. Go now, Chantal, and let your body and soul drink deep of the melodies of old. When next we meet, I hope to see a fully fledged bard standing before me, one who exceeds even Pukno Poki's wildest expectations. Hooray! I have done it. Bard unlocked. Melody sung. Oh, what did it say? I missed it. The soul of the bard. Oh, I have to redo my... Oh, my action bars. engage. Quick knock, one bite. Oh. I believe that's how I have it. I usually use the simple layout because this one is so busy. I mean, they're all busy. We'll see how this feels, I guess. I don't really know where to put it. Pretty sure it just goes right here for me. It probably gets moved after I get Apex Arrow, but that should be fine for now. First, we're gonna get a Chocobo. Give me the chocobo. Give him to me. What do I name him? What do I name my chocobo? I think I want it to be red or black. Pink. That's such a bright blue. Want a bird issued Z-Say? Then I'll need to see your Stone Chocobo issuance. Here you are. Yes, everything appears to be in order. Moment, please. I'll be right back with your Chocobo. There he is. How cute. And here he is. A fellow has been in high spirits the past few battles. He must have sensed his master was coming. Now then, to make it official, you want to give your noble steed a name. Quay. I think, I know what we're gonna name him. Zephyr. I dare say he likes his name. Here's your very own Chocobo whistle. Simply blow into it and your feathered friend will come bounding to your side. But do forgive him if he doesn't respond when summoned in crowded city areas or monster-infested lairs. Chocobo are stout-hearted creatures, but they have their limits. And lastly, I present you with your Chocobo rider's license, as is required by law. That concludes all the formalities. I wish you and your Chocobo long years of fulfilling companionship. Hooray! Chocobo boy. There he is. Add to hotbar. Where am I going? This way. We're gonna try and put some things away in the glamour chest. Oh, there's a quest. Hello. Customers departed without their belongings. Oh, I think I know what this is for, yeah. Can we put any of these in the place? All of these things. Wonderful. I, however, don't have any, oh, I have a handful of glamour prisms, actually. Let's see. Put some goggles in here. Put the hat in here. Put these guys. Purple earrings, shoes. Oops. We'll go with that. Pretty cute. Good enough for now. Maybe we should do the goggles? Hang on, maybe we should do the goggles. I mean, kind of like the hat. Let's see what the goggles look like. Because I like my hair. Kind of wasted that red, but... Now we'll keep the hat. We'll keep the hair too. Okay. Hello. Hairstyles. That was kind of good. Oh, the clipping. The clipping is what kills me half the time. This is the hairstyle I have on my main. Yeah, you know what, we'll keep it for now. Spectacles? Can't I put the spectacles in here? Oh, armory chest. Here with less than 100% durability. Cannot be converted. I might like these. I wish they were different. I wish the bottoms were a different color. Like the short parts. I'm trying to see if there's like a lookalike of these that have a different colored short. Guess it doesn't matter too much. Definitely not. I will keep it, I guess. Okay, now I've got the glam, got a little something going on. The other one is up here, so the amphitheater maybe? Where is this bard even performing at? Are they just not loaded? Oh, this is where I learn performance. You come to listen to the silken strings of Simpkin, traveling troubadour and master minstrel? No. You do, however, have the look of one who lives life on the road, and on the subject of wondrous wanderings and the musical expression thereof, I do mayhap have some small wisdom to offer. When I suddenly find my heart stirred by some spectacle of nature, or inspiring act of daring do, I simply let the emotion of the moment flow through my fingers and into my heart. I found no sound to be as achingly beautiful as one born from that instant of joy or wistful sadness. You need no special training or knowledge to give voice to the music of heart, only willingness to play the score as it writes itself across your soul. If you can accomplish such a surrender, you will have created a piece unique unto yourself, and what melody could be more precious? I knew from the moment I laid eyes upon you. Here is a woman whose spirit begs for instrumental interpretation. Pray release your inhibitions and favor the world with your performance. Yeah. To begin, you should simply play whichever notes catch your fancy. Let whimsy carry you up and down the scales. Revel in the soaring heights and plunging depths until you find a song which resonates with your being. Painted with the experience of your adventures, the timbre and tone will be yours and yours alone. Oh, I wonder what manner of music will fill the air. May the wind catch your composition and deliver it unto my covetous ear. Hooray! I learned how to perform. Hello. My journal. You're welcome. This is another sightseeing log, right? Oh no, that other one was a challenge log. This is the sightseeing log. Okay. I will do that. Yeah. Do I have any of these? I have a few. Alright, well, we'll come back and probably just forget about it for a while and come back to them all at once. Alright, I don't know. For the fane, beneath the two that are as one, her divine cup runneth over with light ethereal. I don't know how you're supposed to figure this out, but anyway, it's like right here, I think. I thought. Might not be. Oh, it is. It doesn't really give you an indication that that was correct. I'm pretty sure I had to Google it the first time. Hello. I have done the thing. Okay. It's fine. I'll have it, but I definitely won't be doing it. And now we're going to just charge on over to the place. Hello. Take me to the East Shroud. Oops. I don't know why I did that. I could have just teleported. It's fine. Indeed, I am Ameline of the Twin Adder. I understand you're here to learn of the Sylphs, yes? For all their whimsy, they are a wary lot, particularly since the Empire has come to the Shroud. Earn their trust, however, and they're as friendly as any folk. They have their quirks, but so do we all, no? Would you know more? You'd do well to speak with the master of this hut, Rolf. He's forgotten more about the Sylphs than I'll ever know. Come to learn a thing or two about the Sylphs, have you? I'll tell you one thing. They're a peculiar folk. How peculiar, you ask? Well, just let me tell you. Beg pardon, friend. My memory's just not what it used to be. I've seen much and more in my adventuring days, and it's all clutter in my noggin now. Though I've shared my stories with those around the hut before, you might have more luck with them. Wonderful. The Sylphs? Yes, Father's told me his stories plenty of times. What I've always found most captivating is how their concept of etiquette is almost completely alien to our own. You do best not to underestimate them on account of their childlike looks, lest your face end up in a mess of glyphs, squiggles, and chocobo scratches. Tee-hee. Yeah. They keep talking about etiquette, but nobody's giving me any actual tips. Other than don't offend them, like thanks. I was not planning on it. The quickest way to equip a woman's heart might be through her stomach, but don't even think of trying to foist your foodstuffs on a sylph. They sustain themselves simply by bathing in the sun, or so Rolf once told me. Okay. Sylphs? Inveterate tricksters and troublemakers, that's what they are. One day they're drawing marble faces on our masts. The next they're sending our young sentries falling to the bottom of a ravine. Tell them to stop and they just laugh at you. Rolf claims they harbor no ill will, but I dare say such pranks are no laughing matter. Oh, of course, of course. Hearing your stories, well, my stories, have brought the memories flooding back to me. I feel like dancing. Yes, nothing brings people together quite like a little toe tapping. A sylph told me that long ago dancing is a time-honored greeting among their kind. You do well to remember this. It just may help win the favor of our forest friends. Oh, still here, huh? Great. There's one more thing you should know about the sylphs. They don't take kindly to guests who show up empty-handed. To earn their trust, you do well to bring along what was it again? and my wife Rosa and I were just speaking on the matter not days ago. Forgive me, friend. Speak to Rosa at the comb. Her memory should prove more reliable than mine own. Here we go. Chocobo. What a man. What a guy. Yay. Yay. Hello. A peace offering for the sylphs? Were it anyone else, I'd recommend a jar of honey, but I fear that wouldn't get you past their front doorstep. No, their tastes run more to the unusual. Are you perchance familiar with milk root? That's what we call the root of that most fiendish seedkin, the ochu. When chewed, it exudes a cloudy liquid that's said to induce curious visions in the imbiber. You'd not catch me dead trying the stuff, but the sylphs seem to enjoy it to no end. I've not seen an ochu around the comb in quite some time, but I did encounter a suspicious clump of grass the other day. Were you to stimulate it somehow with some of this amber syrup, for example, you might be surprised at what comes out. Good luck. Okay, this is all very suspicious. Here you go. Go rub this syrup over on this grass. Who knows what'll happen? Like what? Do you hear yourself? Amber syrup. Here we go. Oh my. Yeah, I did it. Use my whole song. Hello, I brought milk root. Oh, you're back. Was my wife able to direct you to a suitable offering? Milk root, but of course, those sylphs quaff that cloudy stuff as quick as I do a flagon of mead. The effect's just about the same as well. Any road, a gift of milk root will have the sylphs calling you friend and sister the moment they lay eyes on it. Now let me wrap that up for you. I'm starting to feel a bit woozy. First contact. Here we go. I've taken the liberty of wrapping your milk root well and good. This should keep it nice and fresh, not to mention spare you from that god's awful stench. Thanks. Sylphs love this stuff. Me, I'd rather bury my nose in chocobo dung. I dare say the reek even rivals the breath of the mortal that put an end to my adventuring days. But I can tell you that story another time. You have more important matters to attend to today, yes? The sylphs are an eccentric bunch, but I've shared their company enough to know they're kind at heart. They'll not shun one whose intentions are true. May your parley be a fruitful one, friend, and do stop by on your return. There's a flagon of full flower mead with your name on it, if you'd regale me with your adventuring tales. Oh, and before I forget, don't go traipsing off just yet. Ameline here would have a word with you. Travel in safety, friend, and do pass along my regards to the winged ones. It's good to see your knowledge of sylphic culture has matured. I see no reason to delay your mission any further. Upon your arrival at Little Solace, seek out a young sylph by the name of Komuxio. He has served as an intermediary between our peoples on many an occasion and has the close ear of his tribe's elder. I see that Hawthorne Hut has furnished you with some of that malodorous root for the sylphs so adore. I have something of far greater import for you to deliver, a missive from the elder seedseer herself. To summarize the letter's contents in brief, it vouches for the integrity of our envoy, that would be you, and restates Gridania's desire to maintain a harmonious relationship with her long-standing friends of the forest. The war with the Ixal has taken a toll on our resources. We can ill afford to get mired in another conflict. I need not impress upon you any further the importance of this mission. May the 12 see you return with good tidings. Thanks. I'm glad everybody is so, has so much faith in me. Hello, Comuxio. Walking one is not familiar to this one. This one does not trust strange walking ones. Strange dancing ones might be a different story, but this one expects no such thing. Walking one should go home and leave this one be. Here we go. I do the dance. It's a pretty bad dance, honestly. This one would welcome walking one who moves like these ones. If walking one would talk to this one would answer. This one is busy one, so walking one should speak with quick tongue. Walking one would bring gift to this one. Walking one is most kind. Walking one brings milk root. Milk root fills this one with great joy. This one gives thanks. Gives many, many thanks. Walking one carries message for Elder One. This one will deliver the message to Elder One. Walking one should not worry. Hello there, we're envoys from Gridania and we're here to treat with your people. Aye, we come to pay our respects to your elder and to learn more from him more of your Lord Ramu. Who are these ones? These walking ones come from Gridania? Walking one became a dancing one and brought milk root, but walking one tricks this one. This one does not like tricks. This one will speak no more. Elder one is busy. Walking one should go home. Go home, you say, but the Sylphs of Little Solace have always welcomed Gridania envoys with open wings. The letter carried by Chantal here is an oath of peace penned by the Elder Seetsier herself. Still you would refuse us? This one's reasons are of no business of Walking One's. Elder One has no words for Gridania. Walking Ones waste everyone's time. Well, I never. Turned away at the gates. Whatever did we do to deserve such a rude welcome? Was Chantal's jig insufficiently jiggy? I'm as baffled as you, but something tells me recent events have our erstwhile fluttery friends feeling uncommonly wary. It would seem we've no choice but to ask around and see how we might earn their trust. Say, Chantal, are you in the mood for dancing? That's right, dancing. You went through all the trouble to learn the Sylph's traditional greeting, but you've hardly greeted any of them. Why, if I were a Sylph, I'd be beside myself with delight to see an adventurer expressing an interest in my culture. Me? Of course I'd be happy to join. Ow, ow, there go those bloody leg cramps of mine acting up again. Yeah. Hello. I am Dance. Oh, Walking One knows Jolly Dance. Jolly Dance fills this one with good cheer. Let these two be friends. Hello. Walking One would be a friend to these ones. This one is overjoyed, but this one keeps the ways of weaving a secret. Even if Walking One learned the secret, Walking One could not weave in the same way. Hello, it is me, Dancing One. Ah, Walking One is a friend to these ones, friendly like gracious Elder One of Forest City, knows how to dance in these ones' hearts. Chantal, would you like to hear the good news or the better news? The good news is your lovely dancing has brought smiles and high spirits to all at Little Solace. The better news? Why, I've thoroughly recovered from those accursed leg cramps. Onward to our next adventure. Unbelievable. Forest friend. Chantal, as an adventurer, you're no stranger to helping distressed folk, I'd wager. Tales of good deeds are quick to spread. The adventurer who comes to the aid of the local populace can go from stranger to hero overnight. No doubt, you see what I'm getting at. The sylphs who make their home in Little Solace do so having been driven from their woodland home. Surely they have their fair share of troubles. Seek out troubled sylphs and see what might be done to ease their worries. A sound plan, would you not say? That said, the sylphs are not known to share their worries with outsiders. You would be better off inquiring with Hira Media. Of the Gridanians who reside here, she is most likely to be privy to the sylphs' troubles. Hello, I'm here to help. Praise be to the elementals. I cannot express how happy I am to see an adventurer with a truly gentle heart. The sylphs of Little Solace are sorely in need of aid. Pray hear me out. Being a temporary settlement, Little Solace wants for amenities, not least a stout set of defenses. Consequently, beasts from moms around are free to wander in and terrorize the hapless residents. The Zizgorlins and gall gnats that roam these parts are especially troublesome, but slaying one of each should serve as a warning to the rest. Furthermore, perhaps you could gather 3 brownie brushes as well. They play an important role in sylphic culture. I do not claim to know the details, and what with such feral beasts prowling the forest, they are not easily come by. When you are done with the deed, seek out Camuxio. He is slow to warm to outsiders, but your good intentions will not be lost on him. My own experience speaks to this. Okay. Let's see, brownie brushes. Huh? Oh. Dancing One is still here. Dancing One can dance all night. This one's trust is not so easily earned. Dancing One brings brownie brushes for this one. This one can dye thread once more. This one is pleased. Dancing One kills Bitey Buzzy One. This one hates Bitey Buzzy One. Dancing One is kind, too kind. Many walking ones come to this one's abode, but few are friendly like Dancing One. Perhaps this one was wrong not to trust a Dancing One after all. I think we're going to stop here for now. I am I'm having some trouble focusing, and yeah, I may be back a little bit later, but more than likely I will be back tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. I won't be on tomorrow. I will be back Thursday. Yes. So, we'll be back Thursday. I may be back a little bit tomorrow. Yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.